sometime soon. Albeit she should have been back already, but you know,
things happen.
you think, yeah, she should have been back already, but things happen. From there, it's your guys' call. If you guys want to spend it even longer here, or if you guys want to set out immediately. Obviously, the captain does have a job for you, as you guys all lovingly voted for.
Right, yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so glad.
Like the cat caught the mouse.
Oh,
I know.
that's right.
I know. I got that message in the morning crash, and I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I just remembered the decision we made. No.
Yeah, so
Don't worry, we got
ghost time, baby.
Yeah, why did we do that?
There was a vote for the next mission. I didn't send over to you because by that end of session, it was like majority. It was like a unanimous early vote. There are 3 options on the table. One was to go bust up a gang hideout in the underground tunnel network because these assholes are not only hoarding food, but outright sort of raiding for food and hoarding it to themselves. So that was one mission. The other mission was the captains wanted to find out what the zealots were doing, and the best way to do that is to infiltrate the Bloodied. And that would have been its own interesting task, infiltrating a cult, but you know. Not the craziest thing in the world. The third one is that a combat patrol went missing at Murmur Row. Captain Lois wants to find out what happened to it and put whatever ghosts are awoken there to rest. It is something to note. A reminder, I guess, to all of you. Like, you don't need to fight a ghost to death. If so, then you have a hard time doing it. But there are other ways to banish a ghost. Exorcise it from the region and so on. So, yeah. So you guys have to sort of look around and see what is the ghost, what's their anchor to the earth, so on and so forth. But we'll get there when we get there. Same thing. Yeah, so that's really the mission voting part, and yeah. Sounds like you guys are going to Murmur Row.
No,
listen, my excuse is that it's either us or someone else does it, and do we really want to subject other people to have to do whatever's going on?
Yeah, genuinely.
That's a point. That is a very fair point. Like, if
someone
someone's
else would do it wrong.
Exactly.
It's like almost like 80 to like 90% chance of failure with other people. It's only like a 60% chance of failure for us, right, guys?
Why do you say it like that?
Because it's
that's pretty close.
and you're right.
I still don't like it. I still don't like
it's
those.
like 10% per person, right? That makes sense, you know.
Are you saying
Just
that 10% per person?
Yeah.
Imagine if we just went in with 20 people, but immediately it just wiped out 14 of them.
That would be pretty funny.
Where'd they go? We went left, they went right.
Hypothetically, what if I didn't imagine that?
Actually,
what if I didn't?
Most of us have seen this. Y'all know the back rooms?
Yeah.
No.
I remember you subjected me to that a couple years ago, yeah.
It was funny. There's like one part where a guy hears like a weird noise, goes off to a corner, turns around and tries to talk to his buddies, but they clearly don't hear him, and then he just whoop into nothing, just somewhere else. Turns out he went through time. Besides that, I imagine that's what would happen if we went in with too many people. It's just like, oh, we just go in a corner. Hey, guys, come this way. Guys.
Guys.
That would be absolutely terrifying. I'm here for it.
You guys do you know.
Y'all just fucking party, but
you know. You're not gonna find a large list of volunteers to go with you to Murmur Row.
Damn it.
What?
We find the desert father and say, I think we saw your daughter go in there.
No, why would you do that?
Jessica Carell hasn't returned either, but I don't think that one's as surprising considering how he's looking for like a cold trail.
He's doing what he can, dog.
He sort of is. Alright, we're all here. I think. Sound off.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, I can't do that anymore. Wolf.
Why can't you do the meow?
Because not playing Tassie.
Oh, that's Silas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have to bark now.
Caught? Question mark? He is muted. He might be being apprehended by his wife.
No, I forgot that I muted myself to fix my mic.
It's all good. It's all good, buddy.
You know,
But I am.
Oh, good. Hell yeah. Alright. What happened last time? Please be relative. Wow. It was a lot. It was a good chunk of combat, but aside from that, be a bit thorough for Fred.
We started with combat, correct?
Yep.
We
There
arrived
was
at
a
the
small bit of chatting
fire.
beforehand, but yeah, pretty much combat.
No, we arrived and immediately fought things. We arrived and I got one of the guards to alert of our presence. We got alerted of the presence of a large horde, as you can see on this battlefield here. We'll talk about this later. I will say now, I do not remember everyone's conversation, so please take over when it's your turn. But we destroyed those shamblers because we're awesome. We won. And then eventually we got let inside. I think it's just Hawk is plague ridden, so he gets to be isolated.
Yeah, he's the only one showing active symptoms.
Right.
Well, technically, you're all staying in the same room as him, so.
Yeah, but we also wandered around.
You did.
Which was most of the session was us doing our various things. I forget who started.
Kirsty started because she had to hop off.
Right.
Yeah.
Kirsty, what did you do?
I tried to find info on my little friend. On
What'd you
Roma's
find
little
out?
friend.
When Scarface says it sounds badass. When you say it sounds concerning.
Is it your friend? Is that the story you want to go with?
I hope not. Let me see.
You're the one who said it.
Well, she pretty much like goes asking people around, like, "Hey, do you know anything about occults and other dark things?" And they're like, "Get away from me! Get away from my children! Never approach me again."
Real subtle.
Yeah. But she eventually tracks down this guy called Travis, who is from another town. He is known for being occultish. And he pretty much like says, "Oh yeah, hey, there's like a couple of options that she wants to know how the doll is sticking around pretty much, or how it attuned to her, or whatever." So I think there was 3 options. Which was one, it was attuning when she was asleep, in a vulnerable place. Another one where it's attuned to a subconscious, like a fight or flight. And then there's another one, I think, where an object contained a soul. I think it was, soul, and it was like tuning to hers as well, that kind of thing. Then they all sort of go back and forth with that a little bit. Hands her a palm, I've got written down, but what's the actual word for it? It's a pomegranate.
Palm.
Yeah, it is technically called a palm in the setting. It is called a palm, a Zempilian
Okay, cool.
palm.
Yeah.
He didn't hand it to you. You'll actually get it.
Yeah!
Yeah, you'll actually get it this morning in session.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Okay, yeah. And it does like a bunch of healing or something like that as well, doesn't it?
It increases your maximum hit points by I think a D10 plus something, and that D10 lasts a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was
because
pretty cool.
pomegranates are known as the fruit of the gods in the real world, or at least according to the Greeks.
Yeah. I kind of want to give a little bit of it to Denver though, maybe so they can like match it or something.
It would be an
Right.
interesting. This is sort of like a good party to do that. I think we discussed that last session. This is sort of a good party to do that with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Denver and Caradoc are of alchemical and medicinal persuasions, respectively. Jin is nature affiliated. And if there's anyone that's gonna steal knowledge, it looks like Colin. No, yeah, don't worry about it.
A pomegranate
He's
in
worried.
Swedish translates to grenade apple.
It does. In fairness, it does.
I remember hearing that before. That's amazing.
It
I love
does
that.
like. I can
love
see that
apples.
because there's like little seeds in it which are like shrapnel, right? So.
Yeah.
Besides the point.
Anyways, yeah. So I think I think she was going to show the doll to Travis, and the doll wasn't in her bag, and she cannot find it at current. Was I think
Nope.
where I which actually did she wake up? And did she ever find it?
You wake up with the doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You found it.
It was in your
found you.
shit with
Did she?
the palm.
It
The
found
palm
you.
was in your pack. The doll was in
Yeah.
your lap. As it always is when you wake up.
Oh, lovely. She's just like,
So
enjoy
yeah, so
your
that's,
this whole thing.
forever and ever. So that was Roma's piece.
It was
What
nuts.
the rest of you? We did, before we get into it, actually, Fred, I did have Caradoc do what you requested. So he was around helping the sick, which in the wake of this horde, basically everyone, all the refugees and well-wishers outside the Spire Academy were pushed into it. So this place is like flooded to the brim with people right now.
Ooh.
Which is not
Dang.
good for a plague time, but you know, that's either that or you died with zombies, so you know.
Yeah, they're not gonna shove them outside.
If
Sounds
it
like
were
I've been busy.
if it were Captain Herman, he might have done that.
Oh,
But that's neither here nor there.
did we show off the little symbol that was in the middle of the battlefield?
Oh, we did not actually.
Yeah,
We were gonna get there. I don't remember
Oh yeah.
when we
Yeah.
discussed that.
I think it was when we were talking to the captain.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
I was still there
because
for it, so-
I think it was you, Garth, that figured out that either the Academy had some protection or there was something else that I forget. And
Yeah, it was
then
something
the
like
idea of
either
those
the
symbols came
academy. Yeah, it's either the academy is protected or basically zombies were given an order while they were within a certain range of something, and then were just
Right,
sent
and
at
they
this
got
thing,
out
and
of
they
that
just
range.
follow that order once they were out of the range. Exactly. But Denver had the initial idea of just like, hey, there's something off here. They're too smart.
right, they were too smart.
Yeah. But in
Tactician
adjacency with
zombie.
that, we were informed that the spire is protected by the blood star, which is
there.
burned slightly into this ground here.
Yep. So
It's
it was
really
very
hard to
fun.
see.
You guys should have seen me making this map and deciding if this was or wasn't visible enough, like it fairly. I would set it, and then I took like 5 steps away from my screen to see it from a distance. I'm like, and I would get closer and then tweak it 5%.
That is
Repeat
always
that.
a good step when doing anything.
Yeah,
back
taking it
from
from a
it.
distance.
It was
Yeah.
visible enough that I questioned it at the beginning, but not enough that I wanted to pursue it.
And then
So you
never
can-
again.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Also, very important, there was a crab
Yeah.
right there
Yeah,
in the
there's
sewer.
Yeah, in the drain.
there's a hidden crab right there.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
That's my Easter egg.
He's
Listen,
baby.
listen, Gary Gygax, the founder of our fantastic hobby, would make a shit ton of maps. Unsurprising, considering how D&D was very dungeon centric back in the day.
Mhm.
And there were multiple maps where he put his
Oop, shit.
G and G in like this weird stone
in the
corridor. Just because he put his own Easter egg in it, you know. So
Yeah.
and that's our little crab man there is. That's actually
I am
final
the
boss
god of this
campaign.
world. These caves can look weird.
Oh no.
It just reminds me of those bloody crabs that tried to carry away Fia. Like the crab was still there.
And they should have gotten away with it too.
If it weren't for you meddling kids, they would have.
I know. Oh, literally.
The only
That's
D&D memory I
fucking
have with
kid.
crabs is Scuttle, which is specifically in this
Oh,
setting, so that's
Scuttle.
in my mind Scuttle.
Interesting.
Possibly dead.
Anyway.
Anyways. So the Spire does have supposedly some sort of otherworldly protection, be it of the arcane disposition or the divine or natural disposition.
I don't know if we sought out someone who would more specifically know that knowledge, but from
Yeah.
who we have talked to, they're like, I don't entirely know, but it would make sense.
You know who would know?
Who?
Cardinal Blade. Cardinal Blade would know.
Yeah, that really cool looking
Anyway.
guy that's definitely a cultist. Show his powered up form. Show his powered up form. It's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
that's his whole shit.
Look at me, I'm on fire.
Hide it.
Just
He is sort of like the best person to fight the Shamblers, because if you swing at me, you catch on fire, I take no damage. Win.
I swing at you, more fire.
So he is sort of like one of the best. But the thing is, as reported by Captain Lois, he didn't even hit his powered up form when he was helping defend this place. So right, I don't really care. Or I guess not that he doesn't care. It's whatever that. It's like Sasuke and Naruto. This is beneath me.
Damn.
You don't gotta.
So what other
Okay.
conversations happened?
Yeah. Jin sought out assistance for the weird happenings with an item that was in his pocket. Spoiler alert, it's a whistle, because that was kind of revealed later on in the session. But I'll just say it now because it's simple. He has a whistle in his pocket that's connected to kind of
Whoa.
a naturey thing. When he sought out the person. From an out-of-game perspective, I rolled like a 98, which, fun fact, we rolled like...
poorly.
Yeah, we rolled like 97,
98.
That's what it was, 96, 97, 98. I was 97, I think, because there was someone that rolled 100 after me.
Well,
It was really funny. Anyways, I rolled really shittily, so I was like, can I, like, try to talk to animals to see if they can point me in the direction of a more nature person? Then I rolled mid and found a cat who happened to live in a house with, like, a wizard or something like that.
yeah.
And I love him.
Best boy.
Yeah, basically, he gave me some advice. That
As cats often do.
After much worshipping of the glorious cat god and his unending wisdom and generosity, he gave me some directions to go in, some ideas, some more stuff that genuinely I meant to watch back on that part to, like, get more information on what was happening there, because I did write stuff down, but, like, some of it went over my head, I'll be completely honest.
I don't go over at later points.
Yeah. But not right now. As he left, as he took his leave, as he was permitted by the sir, he bumped into a kid, and the kid's like, "Hey, have you seen my cat Mittens?" And I was just like, I'm going to die of laughter. It's like, he's over there.
Do not laugh at Lord Mittens.
Of course, my lord. He has the power to cast Fireball. I sent you a message. I forgot about this until after session, but I think thinking of it at the time, or I might have thought of it later. Would it be possible to, like, hit up Mittens and be like, "Hey, where was that place that you were staying in?"
Oh, I remember.
Purely because, like, we might be able to loot that.
It's
It's a fucking wizard tower.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not a wizard tower. It's Let me align.
Sure.
It's like it's like a Harry Potter like person trying to be a wizard, if that makes sense, right? They're not.
Yes.
They're not an accomplished wizard at all. They're trying to be a wizard. They bought the books from Barnes and Noble on wizardry and witchcraft, but they are not a wizard.
But they're
Gotcha.
illiterate. I'm kidding.
Right, I remember you mentioning...
Yeah, the 3 R's. That means it's technically a repository of magical knowledge, which is a pretty
True.
scant thing in the setting, so it's not a terrible objective. It's not a wizard's tower by any means.
Gotcha. I remember you mentioning now that the kind of magic would be more, like, mundane kind
Arcane.
of things. More like
Yeah, it'd be like
Right.
hyper-specific
prestidigitation.
little things.
yeah, baby's first cantrip sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a handy spell. If I had
It
prestidigitation in real life, I'd spam that so often.
If you had a
Yeah.
spell to just clean the toilet without you having to
Yeah.
interact with it,
Oh.
fuck yeah.
Clean the desk, clean the toilet, clean the cat, clean all this stuff. Like just clean. I'd spam that.
Pew, 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 pew. But yeah.
Let me
what
roll. Let me roll.
His benevolence's knowledge. He should have advantage because he is a wise cat.
I'll give him a badge because he's an outdoor cat.
Fair,
His
actually.
magnificence.
His magnificence.
Wow, that's really bad. Yeah, you're out of luck.
SOL.
He gives you a set of directions which are vague and
Not
not
good.
particularly helpful.
They make perfect sense for a cat because like you have to go through this bush specifically, and then it pops out here, and then like through this
that's
person's
what it is.
kitchen.
He uses landmarks which are probably at like knee height level. One,
You'll
you're not
know you're in the
local,
right
so
place
you don't
when
know
you smell.
landmarks. One, you don't know landmarks. Two, you don't exactly. You don't have the same senses as him. Three, you're not a cat. So it's this trident prong of that's helpful for you, but not to me.
This is
But you don't-
worthless.
Sounds like cat.
But you don't
directions.
deign to ask him again, or else he might stop helping you.
Yeah, that spell does have a limit. Regardless, this is the part where I would transition to Alec so that he could have some time in the spotlight, because the next scene is him and me. He's not here.
Yep. So you gotta carry it, mate.
Jin volunteers himself to go pester Hawk because he doesn't want to weasel out of this one. And also, Fred wasn't here last week, and I really wanted to have this conversation, so we're just like, yeah, fuck it. Basically, to sum it up very quickly, he goes about giving his quote-unquote backstory of, I am not Hawk, and Haskell doesn't even exist. I made that up. Not even his god exists. He made that up, I think, on the spot is what he said.
Yeah.
His actual name is Emmerich Falk, or Falk. Is it Falk or Falk?
Folk.
Falk. Kind of like folk, but Falk.
Falk is falcon in Swedish.
That's
Well, funny you
what I
mentioned
said
Well, it's not just Swedish, it's also in German.
John.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Apparently, he was initially testing to see if Jin's knowledge on the Ryusen realms stacks up, or at the very least, see if he was lying about something. After determining he's probably not, or he's a very good liar, he's not.
I like these
Would you
stories.
like us to think?
That man's a liar.
Oh, lie.
I'm not the liar. He reveals who he is, how he got here, kind of thing, of just, I was a slave. I was basically bought by Denver to put it bluntly. Not basically,
Denver.
was bought.
Bartered for Denver. Or bartered by Denver.
What do you want from me? Leave me alone.
My God, you're participating in the slave trade? Oh,
Makar would be proud.
You're gonna judge me?
yes!
Um,
Much so. Anyway, sorry.
You're fine. But yeah, he basically is presumed dead in his country, sold into slavery, and decides to not go back because I don't get specifics, but I'm pretty sure it would just be like the death of his family kind of shit, you know? And he would most assuredly be executed, at least in my opinion. So he went with Denver. He doesn't entirely know what he's doing with life. At least that's what he presents. And I say what he presents because as the entire situation goes on, he very much comes off as, I'm trying to turn a new leaf, trying to see something different in life. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something else. It also comes off as a very, very good social chess game of, hey, I'm having trouble with Mina and Eva. Who's really good connections with those people? Oh, Jin and Caradoc. So it's like, wait, hold on. And then he immediately, or not immediately, he does proceed to say, hey, would you mind, like, stepping in and helping next time, like, she gets on my ass? And it's like, huh. So the entire thing might be truthful. It might just be he's fucking with us so he doesn't get jumped by fucking Mina. I don't know. He's a very good liar.
There's a lot of Oz in their NPC crew. Now I'm thinking about it. Mina, Eva, Irina. A lot of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
Fayaza.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
By us.
There is certainly information I'm missing. Oh wait, yeah, no. Jin also reveals his mission as like a, not a trade thing, but like a, you're being honest and truthful to me. Here's something to show that, like, reciprocation kind of thing. Yeah, show of trust. Of just like, hey, here's why I'm here. I'm looking for the hero of the Ryusen realms. If you notice, I'm not in Ryusen. That's because he hasn't been seen there in better part of a decade. I think it was the number I said. And the whistle is connected to, well, not connected to, it's with a compatriot of his that is also doing the same thing. And it's been acting weird lately, but that's not important for him.
You're
As
only
well as
like 240 some miles
He's a pretty far distance there, bud.
by the bird flies, and then he's also about like 200 miles by the bird flies. So let's see, from the
Because we didn't
Drigon
quite catch
Peninsula,
Did
260.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could you repeat what he said? Emmerich? What was his name?
Emmerich
Falk.
Falk.
Emmerich
Like-
Falk. And did he say where he was from?
He says he is from
Oh,
Sivaric
okay.
Empire.
Okay. Emmerich.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, Emmerich,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep, from the Falk. Go all the way to the
Right,
Falk.
And I do not hesitate in pointing out, like, when he points out, Makar, I hate the goblins. The Aucklands, I don't like the Aucklander that much, but also she's kind of hot. And I was like, yeah, what about
He
the
did-
other
he did-
enemy you have?
He did say Mina has a pretty face last session, so it is canon that is canon. You guys can roast him for
He
that
is
now.
crushing hard. Or he's lying more. Who knows? And then I point out, it's like, what about your third enemy that you also detail as an enemy? It's like, situations happen. And it's like, yeah, that's a pretty fucking weird situation.
You gotta love the double standards he's applying across all the enemies.
Oh, 100%. It's like, fuck that goblin. I want to fuck that one. And then this one owns me.
Ugh.
It's like weird Freudian triangle this is hitting. But
I don't like it.
That aside.
And that's what I'm fucked. Anyways. Yeah, after that, they part ways. I briefly debate asking about the horse, and I don't. And then he says something in Spheric, which I've been trying to find out, and then kind of forgot about. It's either, I feel like it's either sucker, stupid idiot, or God, that works. Something like that. Anyway.
It's not any of those.
Nah!
Because he sent it to me. So.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. After that, it went to Denver. And I did take notes, but it's far more impactful if you say it, because holy shit.
Yeah, so Denver started out looking for ink for reasons that we'll get to. And then took a trip over to where Ernie was setting up to do alchemy shit. Denver is attempting to get a foot in the door towards figuring out how quote-unquote civilized people do alchemy. Not her words, but my words. And had some good insights. Tried making a health potion. It was embarrassing. So there's just like a random health potion that she didn't make at all. Why would you say that? Sitting on a counter somewhere. Or I guess it was taken. So someone probably used it by now. That being said, while she was experimenting, she was distilling the ink to get it to be kind of thick. And the reason for this is because she spent most of this time alone, so none of you guys would know this yet. But a kind of like a worshipping ritual for her Newman back at home involves painting lines, just like meditating and letting your hand guide you. Like don't think too hard about it. Just paint. It's not really the amount of lines. It's more the texture that you want to get. So. Stripping some bark off of a tree, Denver goes somewhere in solitude where she can meditate in peace. Which turns out to be a rooftop. Taking her very thick ink, she begins. It wasn't super long, I don't believe, before she. Was it that I felt it or saw it first? Crash.
You felt it first.
Right, because I think I had my eyes closed.
Yes.
When I started.
Yes.
Right. Felt some. I mean, she opened her eyes eventually and found they were like inky tendrils reaching out from the bark, and like wrapping around her hand, eventually around her arm. And once it had a kind of a secure, not grip, because I don't think it was restraining her at all. I mean, she let it happen too. It pulled itself off the bark, or it had the bark in the ear. Either way, it formed a very familiar face to Denver, and. The face was screaming, and Denver apologized to it. Definitely not crying. Don't say that. She'll kill you. And it just started humming a lullaby, hearing a cruel chuckle in the background. Eventually, shit settled down, and the ink went back onto the bark. She packed up her shit, and she went back to alchemy stuff.
And no one was any the wiser.
Teehee.
A curse upon them.
Right?
Right?
Yes, I was alone. I was alone, and I'm going to stand by that.
Yeah. Or you could just start. Yeah, you're alone. But what else? What else happened? What else? Who else had some stuff? I think. Last but not least.
I believe it went to Badger next.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
A couple
so
side questions.
Badger
Right. Gun stuff.
loved using the shotgun in that fight, and he wanted to learn how to use it more. So he did stumble across Fayez already having permission to train from, I have it in my notes here, Quartermaster Richdros?
Yeah.
I'm saying that right? He introduced himself, well, Fayez introduced him to the Quartermaster. The Quartermaster showed him how to properly use it, how to properly handle it, whether that be in the shoulder or held up against his hip. After a while of shooting, the Quartermaster did say that he has sort of an idea for Badger the shotgun, kind of like a shoulder-mounted shotgun. So Badger did agree to find the parts he needs once we go back out and scavenge. After a while of training, we decided to take a break because it was getting late. Ace did smell something familiar. Running after Ace. They came across a infirmary, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Was it an infirmary? Ace recognized one of the patients there by the smell. Unfortunately, she did step into an acid trap set by the anarchists. Turns out her name is Molly, and she is the sister of the man we found with Ace. After speaking with like caretakers, nurses, he realized he can help her, but it is a very low chance that it would work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Badger is a little too stubborn to just give up like that. He'll do anything for that dog. So Badger does need to find ointment that Mina might have on her, so he's gonna rummage through her bag when he sees her.
You're not gonna ask about it. You're gonna.
I'm just going straight in. As soon as I see her, that bag's mine.
Gotcha.
And so yeah. Badger got two little side quests: find gun parts and help Molly. Whether that be getting wrappings, bandages. She told me about the rich part of town that I should definitely not trying to go into.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's dangerous. Like that'll ever stop him. So the ointment will cure her scars and get her looking normal instead of Two-Face.
That is a good way of describing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was worse than Two-Face, more like 3/4 face in a certain way.
3/4.
Oh no.
What else happened with Badger? Did we move on to someone else?
I know you went back to training.
Yes, I did go back to training for a little while, and I think that's where we ended with Badger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I think you probably would have consumed ammunition during the training, so never mind. So that box of slugs he did give you, you probably would have ended up consuming during the training, which is pretty par for the course of going to a shooting range. So you didn't gain nor lose any ammunition during the moment.
All right. Nice.
Perfect.
Still got 9.
So got 9. Anything else? For anyone?
I think it ends on us. Well, it was kind of teased throughout the session of Eva playing music. At the very least, it happened during Hawk and Jin's conversation of hearing some essence of her around. I can't remember exactly what happened there, but it ends on us hearing her play a very happier tune. But some of us roll, and some of us got a little bit of insight of she is not as happy as a song.
This is the song. Gotta love Octopath music.
It's a grand soundtrack. I was gonna say game. Like,
yeah. Yeah, well, it is a game. Yeah, so you guys might have... your characters would have heard Eva playing throughout your downtime, that period. She didn't play this song the whole time. She just played general music for, like, some time. Some hours or whatever. But, yeah, eventually... you guys would make your way back to your barracks so that you could sleep, because that's where you are allowed to sleep. And if you don't, then you have a stern talking to from Captain Loyce. You guys are given full rations, so you don't have to mark down any rations for your guys' long rest, which is better than the half rations that all the civilians are getting. So you had to win there. So yeah, you guys are able to take a long rest, so recover anything while you guys are in here, you guys don't get better on your sickness, but you don't get worse either. So that means for he has multiple names now. For Hawk, his symptoms don't get worse, but they're not getting any better either, technically. But once you guys get the 2 people that can handle the plague back, that can get resolved. Weird. Now I think about it, it's a bit concerning that you said that both of them went together, because that's a really important asset to send off. Literally putting your eggs in one basket. Now I think about it.
Anyways.
Oh well.
It's a little late for that.
A little late for that. But I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, wait. Let's see. What's some calm music to play? Not this. This is calm music. It's fantastic. But
while you're finding that,
forever.
like I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna restart my computer real quick.
Yep.
Okay.